guys, welcome into a very special edition of the Morgan Overholt Mix. Today I'm going to be reviewing something I'm very excited about. It's an Ecosusi bag. So for those of you who do not know, I am kind of a big handbag fanatic, and I especially love handbags that bleed over into the business and professional space. Things that cover like briefcases and cool laptop accessories, because honestly, it's really hard out there, and all of you girls watching know, to find like an actual beautiful bag that holds like a real like human-sized laptop that serves as like a spacious briefcase, etc. Ecosusi brand is a brand that specializes in vegan leather, so it's not real leather, but it's meant to look like real leather. They're also kind of known for their more like modern vintage style bags. I actually purchased this as a surprise bag, which is kind of cool because every once in a while Ecosusi does this whole thing where you can just say surprise me and you get some random bag as a surprise at a slight discount. So we're actually going to be finding out what this is together. I have absolutely no idea. It's looking like a color I might like. Very exciting. It's kind of exciting not knowing anything about this as I open it. I feel like it's Christmas. All right, so this is kind of cool. So it actually comes with a little minimal dust cover, which is really, really nice. Kind of give it that high-end feel. Check that out. Ooh, looky here, people. Okay, so another thing that Ecosusi is really renowned for is having convertible bags. This one's technically not actually a backpack, but it does have these really cool little side hoops right here, which means it can be held up here at the top like a traditional briefcase, or you can attach a longer strap to it. Very early impressions of this bag, I'm actually pretty impressed because honestly, I've tried a lot of vegan leather products out before. In fact, I am, like I said at the top of this, I am a really big handbag fanatic. I love all things bags, and I will carry everything from like Hermes to like, you know, a cheap $20 bag and everything in between. But I am kind of spoiled when it comes to like real leather because I'm used to a certain feel and a certain look and a certain aesthetic. And I would say tactilely, obviously this is not real leather and you can tell it feels a little more plasticky and a little more shiny. But overall, honestly, it's really a lot more soft than what I'm used to from other vegan leather brands. And the detail is really superb because I honestly think it really kind of gives it that faux leather look. If I saw this from a distance, I would have absolutely no idea. And the other really cool thing about it being vegan leather is I've actually tried to buy briefcases in like real leather before and travel accessories in real leather. And the thing you never think about is how dang heavy it is. I mean, it's dang heavy. So it might look really cool, but then you're carrying it through the airport and you're sweating to death because, you know, you've got a really heavy leather bag. It looks like we've got a beautiful brown bag, which looks like traditional brown leather. Very, very nice and vintage. I love how they've got this like little weave going on right here. See that? And that's more of a fabric actually, rather than that vegan leather or that plastic essentially. You've got that nice little weave, which is much more of a fabric texture. Then right here in the front, we also have a nice little card area where you could like slide a little card in there for identification, etc. So that's kind of a cool little touch as well. And then of course you have your nice two straps with these brassy looking buckles. This is another really nice high-end feature. Check this out. So underneath, I was kind of worried this would be a traditional button, which might be a little bit, you know, difficult to maneuver, but there's these nice little rotating clasps, which is really cool. See how that just kind of rotates and releases and then quickly locks back, which is, I think, a lot less cumbersome. And this is what it looks like when you open it up. I really like this extra compartment here in the front. Another thing that Ecosusi is kind of known for is having all these little extra compartments. Now that we finally have her all nice and opened up, I will show you the inside. We've got a nice little protective laptop sleeve. Looks like it would hold a pretty good sized laptop. I'm gonna put it to the test here in a minute to see if this particular bag holds my 15-inch MacBook Pro. The strap is adjustable. Again, it's got those nice little brass kind of brass-like details. You can see the Ecosusi brand is kind of engraved throughout. Okay. Here's my excessively big MacBook Pro. Not as big as my husband's computer, but still. I feel like half the bags on the market do not work for this size computer because it is like the biggest laptop right now Mac makes. Guys, it fits. One really super little nitpicky thing that I'm noticing straight away, I really like the stitching overall. The stitching, they've done a really, really good job, as you can kind of see throughout here. And the stitching kind of looks high-end, at least it's got that really nice high-end leather look on the stitching, but, and this is the bag nerd in me, so forgive me here, this is super nitpicky. You are kind of used to, when you're used to carrying a really, really high-end brand, like I said, like I'm used to carrying like, you know, like Gucci and Hermes and stuff. But right here I can kind of see like just like some unevenness in the stitching a little bit and like little pieces kind of sticking out here and there. Like I said, that is insanely nitpicky. I'm just used to like higher end brands, and I was kind of hoping that, you know, Ecosusi, since they're kind of a higher end vegan brand per se, even though they're not at that like $3,000, $5,000 price point, obviously, that they might pay a little more attention to it. I'd also say way softer than most other vegan leather brands that I have ever experience. Let me actually just show you an alternate vegan leather bag so you can kind of get an idea. This is actually a handbag I got in my FabFitFun or FitFabFun, whatever the brand name is called, bag. And it retails, it's the brand Samara, and it retails for actually a similar price point as the Ecosusi bag, and it's like a tiny little thing, right? It's also vegan leather, but kind of let me show you the difference between this stuff, right? So when you look at this, there's no details. It's just this really simple little button. You know, the logo isn't engraved anywhere. Like, it almost kind of just looks very plain and plasticky. Now let's kind of compare the look of these two. I mean, you can almost tell side by side, these are both vegan leather brands, but one, and the crazy thing is they even retail for a similar price point, but one definitely looks much more luxury, much more high end, and I think it's really due to that nice little sheen they put on this pleather bag, which is really cool. All the little details, all the little buckles, all the little embossed parts. That's really kind of what puts this over the top for me. I'm gonna take this for a real test drive and let you guys exactly know how I like it. And by the way, if you wanna save some money on your Ecosusi bag, make sure that you use my referral code. I get a little kickback for it and you get to save a little money on your first purchase. I just got back from my trip. We were gone for about 10 days, and of course I had to take my laptop with me. So let's see how Miss Ecosusi held up, shall we? And quick disclaimer, I am actually pretty, I'm not hard on my bags, but I also treat them with child gloves, right? Like, I treat them with respect, but I use them for the purpose for which they are intended. So just to like let you know, this has had a normal amount of wear and tear. And really, I think it held up quite marvelously. I mean, this thing got like poked and prodded and shoved under airplane seats and forced on top of luggage bags, everything else. And honestly, I barely even see any difference in this bag than what I did on day one. So overall, really great. Honestly, probably even holds up better than like a normal real leather bag because you don't have that like patina. Now, some of us like the patina, those of us who really like a nice leather, you know, anything, but this will actually hold up a little bit better against scratches and that kind of stuff. As far as overall function was concerned, I was really impressed with how much this thing held. However, as predicted, it's a little bit heavy after you put a laptop in it. Like, I've got a laptop right now, and I feel like I could get a legit arm workout out of this if I really stayed after it. So I found personally, when I was in the airport, I would kind of alternate from sort of wearing it like this. Honestly, I've got a pretty little skinny arm here, so I'm not sure everybody could do that. And most of the time I found that I actually took this handle because there is no trolley sleeve. In fact, this is probably my #1 gripe about this bag. No trolley sleeve. I feel like every modern handbag nowadays should probably have a trolley sleeve, right? Especially if you ever think you're gonna be using it for travel. So what I ended up doing most of the time is actually taking this little top handle and fitting it over top of my luggage, over top of the little handle. And it did fit perfectly, actually. So the little telescoping handle, this slid right over top of it, and it kind of acted like, or looked like it had a trolley sleeve on it. And that was kind of my quick fix. This also fit really nicely, both in a carry-on luggage roller, which is pretty cool, even though I did end up carrying it separately most of the times. It did take up a lot of space in my carry-on, but it would fit in there, which is kind of nice to know, just to give yourself some options. And it also really slid quite nicely and easily under the seat in front of me. So overall, would I recommend the Ecosusi brand? 100,000%, because I think the quality is really, really good. I would implore them to start adding more trolley sleeves to their bags. I think that would be a major, major, major benefit. If I had to do it over again though, personally, I probably would have opted for the convertible briefcase backpack option, and we are going to be reviewing one of those here in a few weeks, so I'll let you kind of see the difference. So we'll give that a good test drive, and we'll also be reviewing that bag here in the coming weeks, so you guys can get a feel for whether or not that might be more your style. Overall though, I would say 9 out of 10 stars for Ecosusi. It's really great. I would say just add those trolley sleeves and you've got yourself a real winner. I can honestly see this bag lasting me a lifetime, which is really impressive, I think, for a pleather bag. Thank you so much for watching this review. I really appreciate it. Make sure to follow me here on YouTube, like and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff at Morgan O Media, and we'll see you next time.